This field that we work in music as musicians is the greatest job in the world, and I always try to impart on young students that this business, despite how harsh it can be, like any other business, is the greatest gig in the world. And don't forget that. You know, it's a beautiful thing making music for a living. I had already studied piano for a few years, so I knew how to read music already. And I went to my first band class, and I sat down with all the other kids starting trumpet, and I said, "Look, guys, look what I can do." And I played the scale, and my teacher came running into the room and said, "Who did that? Who played that scale?" I said, "I did." "How'd you do that?" I said, "I don't know, I just picked it up and played," you know. And so kind of from that moment on, I mean, I was pretty sure I wanted to go into music and study music. I remember when somebody told me I could do that, I was like, "What? I can go major in music? You're kidding me! I'm doing that." I had moved to Phoenix to start my doctorate with Dave Hickman at Arizona State, and one of the goals I had set for myself in moving to Phoenix was to make sure that I got to perform with the Phoenix Symphony. And so they had an audition for substitutes, and I won that audition. And so like 2 weeks later, they called me up and said, can you come and play a concert with us? I said, "Yeah, absolutely, that's why I took the audition. I'd love to." And I remember getting there for the concert and sitting there in my tails and sitting in my chair on the risers, looking up into this big hall they have there, and remembering having auditioned there and seeing this hall on the stage as an auditioner, and now I'm sitting on stage playing with them. And it really was, I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. I'm good enough now that I can play with a professional symphony orchestra. I'm doing it. I came to Albuquerque by way of the old New Mexico Symphony Orchestra, and I was actually preparing for a much bigger audition in Los Angeles. And so I thought, well, I'll take the New Mexico Symphony audition as kind of as a practice run through for the Los Angeles Philharmonic audition, and ended up coming here and winning that job. And I took the job with the idea that maybe down the road somewhere that I could do some teaching at UNM, and was able to convince the powers that be to create a full-time position for me. And so I'm really happy to be a part of this university and be a part of this department that is excellent in many ways. Long term, my desire is to build a program here that is known as one of the top trumpet programs in the nation. You know, and people come here because they want to know what we know. And you know, if they want to be an orchestral player, great. We'll focus a little more on that. But you know what? You're going to learn some jazz. You're going to learn how to play a quintet. You're going to be able to go and do a master class, and and be able to make yourself viable to many different work opportunities.